What is up, guys? Welcome back to the Land Podcast. That's right. It's now the Land Podcast. We have an abbreviated name
We got lazy.
and kind of a new look, and we're going to be doing it more of a podcast format. You'll be able to watch it on our YouTube channel, or if you don't want to see our ugly mugs, you can listen to it. We'll be posting on Apple Podcasts as well as Spotify. And we'll probably be posting these every Monday night from here on out. We're back full time now, finally.
Yay!
Yay! So, of course, you all know my co-host Titan Mike, and he's got his Titan stuff behind him.
It's the princess wave. Is this how they do it?
Yeah, I think so.
But your looks weird because you have that green screen.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm the only one legit. I'm ghetto. I hang blankets
to that.
To make my ambiance.
I got the old
because right now you look like you're floating in air because you're like
I know.
That thing's like 30 feet above the ground, but
I got the old banner in the background. It's got the land on it, which is our name. Then I got the Guardian, which happens to be my choice for the new Indians name. So
same here. I like the Guardian too.
Let's hope that.
Weren't the Blue Sox also catching?
Yeah, the Blue Sox, and then Spiders, obviously.
I don't like the Blue Sox. I think that's just like it's a cop out because it's like there's two other socks. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we got enough socks. We don't need another one.
Yeah, two left and right. The third one's just like you're weird.
Right.
If you have three legs.
And also next week we're gonna have some nice new show shirts, courtesy of Vince Fortney. So anybody out there needs any good quality shirts done for a cheap price, make sure you hit Vince up because he'll take care of you. He's just getting started in it and doing a good job so far. So hit him up if you need some shirts. We'll have our nice new ones on next week.
Yeah, we're a match. I asked for hot pink, but Kevin told me no.
Yeah, I think it'd be a little too bright.
I'm on fire.
Not as bright as my head, but
I'm on fire. Yeah, that thing, you need to powder that thing down, dude.
I know. I got the light on above me. So
you look like Casper up in this thing. Like, it's time to make my eyes hurt. I'm like this. But we got a lot of news, right? A lot of sports.
Browns.
Did we go all the way back to where we stopped in like October?
I don't even remember.
The Dodgers won this World Series, the Lakers won the championship, and then there were some riots.
Yeah, there was
a presidential election.
A lot of crazy stuff.
Lindor went bye-bye.
Yeah.
For pretty much nothing. And then I saw your other podcast posted a question: are we better without Lindor?
Yeah.
I wanted to reach through Facebook and just smack both of you because there's no bats in our lineup. He was the only last year he didn't bat as well. But for most of his career, he was a 300 hitter.
Yeah. Well, they did add Eddie Rosario, which is a good move. He's a notorious Indians killer. It's nice to have him on our side.
Okay, he kills one team, but does he normally? I mean, does he do it?
No, yeah, he does it against everybody. It just happens to have more.
Is he going to replace? Is he going to replace Lindor's productivity though?
Not completely.
No,
it's all based on hope. I mean.
Moneyball on this thing.
2 years ago, Ahmed Rosario had a really good year. He kind of struggled like a lot of guys did in the 2020 short campaign. So we talked to a guy from Locked On Mets podcast in New York, and he seems to think that Rosario will have a breakout year with the Indians with the change of scenery. And Jimenez is a really nice young shortstop. Hit 263 coming up, making the jump from Double-A his rookie year last year. And defensively, he's like a stud. So he may start the year AAA depending on how the whole lineup shakes out. Rosario could end up playing outfield if Josh Naylor has to move to first, and then you could see Jimenez at short. So it's spring training. It's going to be a lot of battles. Have you
given up on your boy Bobby Bradley then?
No, this is he's getting a shot this year. It's make or break for him. He's lost 20 pounds, added 20 pounds of muscle.
Trouble with the curve, man.
Trim some fat.
Trouble with the curve.
Well, he's getting a shot. This is it.
It's like the movie.
He doesn't do it this year, he's done. So,
will you finally? If he doesn't do it this year, will you finally tell me I was right?
Yes, but I think he's going to do okay. We'll see.
You're gonna be telling me I'm right.
Yeah,
it's okay though. I'll be humble. It's
either him or Jake Bowers, and I've seen about enough of Jake Bowers.
Yeah, I'd rather have Naylor play first.
He could end up going there. I mean, they just signed Billy Hamilton.
Yeah, I saw that.
Could end up making the team.
Wasn't it like a minor league deal with
Yeah, it's a minor league
with an
deal.
invite?
Yeah, if he makes the team, he gets $1 million salary, and then he can make up to the 900,000, I believe, in incentives if he reaches certain goals throughout the season. So he's a speedster, a pretty good center fielder, not a great hitter, but
Well, is he so is he pretty much a Mercado? Because that's what Mercado was. He was a speedster.
Yeah,
he was a decent Mercado. I had no problem with his defense.
right.
He just couldn't string a consistent bat, and that was his issue. Like he
had a good rookie year, and last year he was pretty awful. He did
Mercado.
Yeah, he got sent
offensively.
Down. Yeah,
but defensively, he's always been above average in my opinion. Defensively, he's never been.
And they've
got a liability.
Another good young outfielder in Daniel Jet Johnson too that he'll be in the mix. So I think Billy Hamilton's being brought in for depth and kind of insurance in case those guys falter and they need a veteran guy. So
was it baseball something? It was they ranked the Indians minor league system as number 2 overall.
Yeah, I think that was Keith Law, I believe.
Yeah,
there's no doubt their system is stacked. A lot of pitching and they've
number 2 overall because I thought are they
that was
Braves,
his ranking. Right? I think who was it? I think MLB when they did their rankings ranked them like 5th or 6th. That was just his personal ranking. But I mean they're in the top 5 no matter where you look. And they finally have some good position players on the rise. It's been mostly pitching over the last couple of years they've been developing.
But you can get by with if you have great pitching. The Indians have done it for years.
They've got plethora. They have so many guys.
That's all they've been able to, besides Lindor, that's all they've been able to pretty much bring up as their own was pitching.
Right.
And they've been able to win consistently with mediocre offense and great pitching.
And that's going to be the hope again this year. We'll have strong pitching and hopefully we can get some hitting.
Is it going to be that strong though? We lost Carrasco.
Yeah, we lost Carrasco, but
we lost. Also, we traded.
You still got Bieber. You still got Plesac, Savali, Tristan McKenzie, and then
but Bieber and Plesac are the only solid, consistent ones. Every other one have been they up and down, up and down. They've been a couple good outings. Yeah, they have a couple good outings, and they have a really, really bad one, and then an okay one, and then a good one, and a bad. The only other Carrasco at least he wasn't high, he wasn't low, gave you a good 5-6 innings,
Right.
That's what it's the vet leadership that I'm gonna miss.
Yeah, no doubt they'll miss that. They're young. They're
and that Carrasco would have been a leader in that bullpen or in that lineup, in that rotation. Someone they can lean on, question, learn from. But now Bieber,
he's the oldest guy.
What, a 26?
Yeah, 25 or 26.
And then he's gonna be asked to be the old man. I'm gonna be putting too much on Bieber.
Yeah, well, we'll see if he can handle it.
We'll
see.
Mr.
Cy Young.
We'll never know. We'll never know.
Right.
But until it happens. But
so here in Cleveland, we are now on JJ Watt watch.
No, Tennessee is on JJ Watt watch.
Well, Cleveland's supposedly one of the either Cleveland, Tennessee. I forget the other. There were a couple other ones they said
Pittsburgh.
are the front runner. Pittsburgh because of his brothers, obviously.
Green Bay because he's a Packers fan.
Yeah, they
said San Francisco.
San Francisco. I know Tampa Bay was mentioned, but they have no cap room to sign him.
Yeah, let's talk about. That's a good segue. I was reading this article about, the Browns, and we've seen it, and I've seen it. I'm sure Cleveland fans have seen it. OBJ went down. The offense blossomed.
Yeah.
Now is that because of the consistency, the consistency and the amount of play they had in the system, learning it, get better, get more familiar with it?
Yeah, I think that's part of it.
Or is it the absence of Odell Beckham? Because what I don't understand is if he's expendable here in Cleveland and he's still considered a top 10 receiver talent-wise in the NFL, he's expendable here. Why should we trade him to Tampa Bay so he can flourish? How is he expendable here, but would flourish in Tampa Bay when they have Godwin, who they're going to bring back?
Oh yeah,
right. Antonio Brown may come back if he gets his 1-year deal, and then Mike Evans is locked up.
Right.
So I mean, you add Odell back. I don't understand where you're gonna. I understand Tom Brady spreads the ball around, but that's a lot of diva-ness.
Oh yeah.
I don't understand how he's expendable here, but because you want to stick with Jarvis Landry and Rashad Higgins and Kadarius Hodge and Peoples-Jones.
Yeah.
None of those guys are the caliber of Odell Beckham.
I think they're going to try to make it work here. They can do it for one more year. I know at some point they're going to have to get rid of Landry or Beckham, and obviously it's probably going to be Beckham, but they've got enough.
Depending on the season, if Beckham comes out and gets like 10 touchdowns and 600 yards, I mean, do you keep Beckham or do you keep Landry?
Right.
They're the same age. One just never been hurt.
Right.
And one's been hurt, but he's kind of has he been humbled yet? Does the injury really humble him like it said it did? Like he said it did?
I don't know. We'll find out.
See. But I like the idea of Richard Sherman in Cleveland.
Oh, I do too, and he wants to come here because he's got the ties to Joe Woods, obviously.
And then you can also, I can also see, who was it? Maybe going after Kerrigan or Judon for Cleveland.
Yeah.
They're younger. They're younger than Watt. Not as productive as he was, and Watt's still not like the greatest. Like not at right now, he's not like top tier, but
no.
I think
it'd be a 1-year deal for sure.
Yeah, and I think you can get Judon or Kerrigan for like 2 or 3 year deal, and to put Judon on the opposite of Garrett, even Kerrigan on the opposite of Garrett would be most likely less money than Watt. And then you can still have free up, bring in Sherman. You just help solidify defense, and then you just draft nothing but linebackers, all 7 rounds, and maybe a kicker in like the 7th if you
Zaven Collins.
I've been seeing the Browns not picking him. They go in that the outside linebacker from Texas, Osia.
Really? Yeah, I don't care. We just need a linebacker.
You need a run stuffing linebacker.
Yeah.
A true middle linebacker, and that's what Zaven Collins is.
Right.
Outside of Mekhi Parsons out of Penn State, he's the next thumper. But he can also rush the edge too. He did it in Tulsa.
Yeah. Yeah,
he can play both.
Yep.
Yeah, he can play both. And Leighton Vander Esch maybe even be available for trade too in Dallas because of the injury. You might be able to, maybe trade for him.
Right.
And bring him in here. I think that'd be a great steal, a great draft move.
Yeah, we need linebacker help. We need another edge rusher, obviously, and some help in the corner position because I don't want to count on Greedy Williams.
Yeah.
Who knows how he's going to be after the injury.
You saw that someone said they should trade for Marshawn Lattimore.
Yeah.
What would you have to give up to get for that? That's a lot. You'd be giving up a lot. I mean, yeah, they want cap space.
Right.
They need cap space, so I understand but you're going to have to give up, I think, most likely a first and maybe a late rounder.
Yeah,
to get Marshawn. And I don't see you passing up a linebacker. That's where you guys are going to take your first. I'll put 99%. I'm only 99% positive you guys are drafting a linebacker in the first round.
They should. They
have
better.
To.
Yeah.
You have to.
I mean, this draft better be pretty much all defense.
I mean, yeah, you need it. It's probably your weakest position.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. Got the list of Browns free agents, and I kind of highlighted a few that I'd like to keep. I'll kind of run them off, and you can give me your opinion, and then maybe some other guys you might have that I don't have on here. So starting it off, Terrence Mitchell, just for depth, not as a starter. I like him. I thought he did well as a starter this year, kind of pressed into the starting spot with Greedy Williams out.
Well, because if I would think you could keep him too. If Greedy Williams come back, I think Mitchell starts in the slot, and then Greedy goes number 2 here, and would be probably your best if you don't draft a cornerback or bring one in. With your best possibility of having a solid 3, right? With Mitchell, that's on your roster now.
Then I've got Carl Joseph as a backup. Grant Delpit obviously is going to be the starter once he comes back, and Ronnie Harrison is the other guy. But Joseph played pretty well, and he'd be nice to have back his depth because they don't have Sendejo. I'll be glad when that guy's gone. I know that.
Yeah. Excuse me. Yeah.
He's a good veteran presence back there, especially
I like
younger guys.
Joseph coming out of college too. So I mean,
yeah. Then I've got B.J. Goodson. I thought he did a pretty solid job at linebacker this year. As bad as their linebacking core was, I think at times he played pretty well.
Yeah.
If you can get him on a cheap deal.
Oh, yeah.
Kendall Lamb, I thought when he came in, he played well at both left and right tackle. He's a good depth guy to have. A good veteran presence. Not going to cost you a lot of money.
I'd probably try to keep as much of that offensive line unit together as possible because it was, for the most part, flawless.
Yeah, and he caught a touchdown pass.
Yeah, yeah, one of your best offensive weapons.
Yeah, right. I've got Cody Parkey. I know for the most part, he did pretty well. He had a couple weeks there where he struggled, but
he's been the best Cleveland kicker for a while. In a while, so I mean.
And you see how bad kicking has been all over the NFL, especially this past year. Then I've got Rashard Higgins, obviously. I heard were working out a contract extension with him like midway through the season. So I know they're interested in bringing him back. Obviously, he's a guy who has good chemistry with Baker, solid receiver, good hands receiver. So I definitely like to have him back.
Yeah.
Kadero Hodge, I know he was hurt for a little while, but he showed some promise when he was in there. Young receiver, speed receiver, a bigger guy. So he's a good guy to develop along with Peoples-Jones. Then I've got Vincent Taylor, the young defensive tackle, number 96. I mean, this kid, he came in. I think he started playing a lot like the last 4 or 5 weeks and was just a beast, especially in the last couple games. And he's a guy you can build around. Defensive tackle wise, they're probably going to lose Ogunjobi. So they've got some young guys with him, Jordan Elliott, their draft pick from last year. And then Andrew Billings, I think, is a guy a lot of people forgot about who we signed from the Bengals that opted out. So his contract rolls over.
Yeah.
He'll be back. And he's another young, I think, 25, 26-year-old run stuffer.
Yeah, no, I was kind of thought that was probably your best signing in the offseason.
Right.
I thought it was going to give you a solid, it was going to add a lot to that defensive unit. Defensive line that was already pretty good.
Yeah. Then I've got a couple special teams guys, Tay Davis, the backup linebacker, and Javier Thomas. Both of those guys were very solid on special teams. And then the last guy, Porter Gustin, defensive end. He's a good depth guy, good backup. Played pretty well when he was in there this year.
Yeah, he made some plays. I saw that.
That's my list. You got any other guys to add?
They were pretty close. I had where do you go?
Not Andrew Sendejo, right?
No, I had Malcolm Smith.
Malcolm Smith. Okay.
Staying.
Yeah, he didn't do too bad.
And I also had I think that was it.
That was it.
And I also had Elijah Lee.
Okay.
I figure Malcolm Smith would be a backup, and Elijah Lee and Tay Davis would be two linebackers that would be worst case scenario, and then also special teams.
Yeah.
And Tay Davis was pretty phenomenal on special teams.
He was. Yeah, he was.
So made a bunch of big plays, and
there's a lot to be said for that too. So.
Yeah.
We'll see. The offseason coming up here. I think the free agent tampering starts March 15th, I believe. So we're getting close. I'm looking forward to that. And we'll have, of course, the draft combine and the draft. So in Cleveland this year. So don't know how many.
I'm hoping we can go. Are we gonna go?
Yeah, well, I'm waiting to see what they say, how many people they're gonna allow down there and what are the rules are gonna be. So go kind of decide after that we hear that. But looking around the NFL, there's a couple quarterbacks could be on the move here. See Carson Wentz.
Yeah, that's I think Carson Wentz is probably one of the. No, I think Deshaun Watson's gone, and I know how the Texans we don't want to move him. But if he doesn't get traded after he's verbally said it, voice he wants out, it's going to cause too much chaos in that locker room and in that franchise to keep him.
And you're in full rebuild mode now, and he obviously doesn't want to be a part of that.
No, you cut J.J. Watt.
Right.
I mean, you admitted a rebuild mode by releasing J.J. Watt.
Yep.
So I mean, you just pretty much showed your hand. So you need to trade him.
And their team president just resigned, so I mean they're a complete mess right now.
The team president probably just resigned because the ownership's like, look, you gotta trade this dude.
Right.
Get what we can. He's like, I don't want to trade him. And they're like, well, we're gonna fire you. And he's like, fuck that, I quit. Or he's like, I resigned.
Right.
So, but
yeah, it sounds like Wentz is going to be the first one to go. I guess the Colts have made the best offer so far. Said they offered 2 second-round picks and a third or fourth, and that's been the best offer. And the Bears made a lesser offer, but
the Eagles can't expect to get a first-round pick for Wentz, who's been hurt and inconsistent. They had 2 decent years,
right.
One good year and like a decent year, and then like a little bit below, and then after that it's just been shoddy and injury. So I mean, if you're gonna sign him, if you're gonna trade him, take what you can and go. Like said, 2 seconds.
Yeah, 2 seconds and a third or fourth.
That's a good haul. You drafted Jalen Hurts. You got him.
Yep.
At 2 seconds, you can literally draft another quarterback and backup that you might like. Kyle Trask could fall to the second round, and you could probably grab him and have him compete with Jalen Hurts, and it could be a good quarterback locker room right there. That'd be, in my opinion, a great young locker room with upside at the backup if Jalen Hurts doesn't pan out.
Yeah, that's most likely the best deal they're going to get.
Which I'm okay with because I'm hoping that they trade for him. When they trade for him, it weakens their draft capital for the next 2-3 years.
Right.
And then he just doesn't pan out and gets hurt.
Yeah.
And then retires, and then they're screwed and they have nobody, and Tennessee continues to own the division.
So we mentioned.
Go
ahead. I'm sorry.
I was thinking Urban Meyer and Trevor Lawrence, they could be a threat for a couple of years.
No.
They could be. Eventually they could be, but
yeah, down the road.
2-3 years. Like 3 years. And on the 4th year, I think the 3rd or 4th year, they could be wild card, and the 3rd year they could be maybe wild card, depending if they put the right weapons around him.
Right.
I mean, that's what they can't just throw Trevor Lawrence in there with some no-name hack receivers and an average defense is like, now Clemson it.
Right.
Like, no, that don't work that way.
So we mentioned Watson. Supposedly there's 4 teams he's intrigued by: the Dolphins, Jets, Denver, and San Francisco. What do you think would be the best fit out of those 4?
I have to go Denver. You look at the receiving weapons they have: Judy, Sutton, and then who is the third guy there? Because Denver drafted Judy, right?
Yeah.
I'm making sure. So that Judy, Sutton, and there's one other guy there. Then you got a decent tight end, Noah Fant.
Yeah.
You got a defense that, if they keep some of their starters, bring Justin Simmons back, could be middle of the road, which is, if you have a top tier offense and you have middle of the road defense, you're suitable for the Super Bowl.
Right. Oh, yeah. They get Watson. They're a contender for sure.
Yeah, and then you have running game in Philip Lindsay, or draft a guy, or try to sign Aaron Jones. I mean,
yeah, he's
a free agent, or Kenyon Drake. You bring Kenyon Drake and Deshaun Watson with the other receivers. I mean, you have a really good offense. You have an offense that I think is better than the offense they had with Peyton Manning.
Miami's definitely interesting as well.
Yes, Miami's just I think they overplayed. They have a really good coach there. I really like him.
Oh, I do.
But there's nothing on that team that stands out. There's no piece. I think they overperformed, and they, it won't be the same. Yes, you're gonna have a better quarterback, and but what the weapons they have there, there's nobody. Like,
right.
Name the receiver.
Devontae Parker.
Okay, and what's he done?
Not much.
That's what I'm saying. Like, he's a name. He's a big name because he's the number 1 on the team.
Right.
But if you put him on any other team, put him in Cleveland, or put him in, I mean, is he going to be better?
Right.
Maybe, but I don't think so. I mean, I don't think he's going to jump that much to make a significant difference because of the quarterback you have.
Right. So let's talk about another quarterback. What do you make of the Russell Wilson situation? I don't know. I'm sure you heard, but he was on the Dan Patrick show, and he made a comment that's created a buzz. He said, "I want to be more involved. At the end of the day, it's your legacy, your team's legacy. It helps to be involved more. That dialogue would happen more often, or should happen more often." What he told Dan Patrick, and of course, that's created a buzz now. And supposedly, the Seahawks are getting tons of calls on him for trade. So I can't see him moving him, but I mean, who knows at this point? I mean, that'll pretty much end their run.
If he gets moved, it's going to have to be like a 2-3 team trade. It's going to have to be a huge haul. Like, and I just don't see. I see them going out there and just spending on offensive linemen because you have a couple of big names coming up: Tooney, Trent Williams, Sharif. There's some big name offensive linemen in this year's free agency. You go sign 2 of those guys, and you bolster the offensive line tenfold like that. He stays upright and he's happy man. They have the weapons. They have a defense. I mean, a couple of offensive linemen. They're experimenting with project players, and it's not working out.
Right. And I'm sure next year Josh Gordon will get reinstated for the 500th time.
Motherfucker, just stop.
Play 2 games and then get suspended again.
It's just bad. I'm so over him.
He's had so many chances. I can't believe they've reinstated him the last 2-3 times. He should have been.
That's really it. Like, it's bad.
It is bad. Anything else going on in the NFL that we're talking about?
Trying to think.
You see the daughter of the guy who created the Lombardi.
Yes, he can't sleep.
Yeah, come on.
Have you ever seen a drunk Tom Brady?
Apparently not.
That dude is nuts.
How'd you like him coming off the boat and the guy holding him up?
That's what I'm saying. It's a drunk Tom Brady. I've never seen it. It's crazy. Like, this dude is just.
Hey, he had a good time. He deserves it.
Yeah.
Him and Gronk. I did see that commercial finally, by the way.
You did?
Yeah.
Isn't that? I sent it to you, didn't
I? You might have. Yeah, maybe that's where I seen it. I couldn't remember.
Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I like it.
It's really. I thought that was like that T-Mobile commercial was pretty good. It's like, Mom, grab my pants. I guess I'm retiring from retiring. I was like, this dude's an idiot. And I was like,
so
whoa. Here, so listen to this.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at Pro Football Focus. I'm looking at the top free agents right now.
Yeah.
And like where they're going. This one has Rashawn Higgins, who's a free agent, right?
Yep.
Has him signing with the Titans.
Really?
A 2-year, $10 million. Because we're going to lose Corey Davis. We're not going to be able to afford him. Adam Humphries, we're probably going to have to release. So we're going to have to pick up a receiver. And they have them signing Higgins for 2 years, $10 million.
They're going to sign Higgins. We're going to sign Corey Davis. Be like a trade. I've seen his name linked to us. I forget where I read it the other day.
Yeah, I saw it too.
That'd be interesting.
That'd be a huge. Then you definitely trade Odell Beckham.
Yeah.
If you sign Davis, you trade him in a heartbeat.
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
And then you just sign like another random low grade receiver to replace Higgins.
Yeah.
You know, because Jarvis Landry and Corey Davis, I think that'd be a solid duo.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to see what they do this offseason.
Yeah, same here. Tennessee's in a little pinch. We're gonna see what happens because we're, for the first time in a while, have so much cap space because of the COVID shit.
Right.
We have we're slotted to lose Corey Davis, Jonnu Smith, cut Adam Humphries, and then re-sign Desmond King, re-sign Jayon Brown, apparently sign Rashawn Higgins is what they're projecting.
Yeah.
That's it. I'm hoping they can restructure Tannehill and Malcolm Butler's contracts and kind of backload it.
Yeah. To
free up some cap space this year, so we sign Jadeveon Clowney. I was like, I don't want to sign Clowney.
Right.
I really don't want to sign Clowney because he's going to cost like $14 million, and I don't want to. You guys are signing Corey Davis and Marvin Jones.
Really?
Yeah. I would like to go after Njoku or Nakwe, or however you say his name.
Yeah, the defensive end.
Yeah, we need pass rush like a mother. Like, it's so bad. So bad. Like, we could have went deep if we had any form of pass rush.
Right.
We sacked the quarterback 14 times coming to the final game of the season. If it wasn't for like a 3-sack performance, we'd have been 0. Like, we'd have been the number 32 in sacks. We had 13 as a team.
That's bad.
As a team. I was like, there's players that are signing 14 sacks as a player. And I was like,
right.
We couldn't get after nothing, dude. We couldn't catch a cold out there.
Right.
But
so this Andre Drummond situation with the Cavs has kind of gotten toxic. You watch him play, he's pretty much giving about not even 50% effort out there. Of course, early in the season, and it seems like the Jared Allen deal has kind of sucked a lot of the motivation out of him because he pretty much.
Of course, you guys, he's watched his replacement come in, like
right. Because getting into the season, I mean, dude was playing like a beast. He was back to his all-star form, and I mean, he's like a shell of himself right now. And tonight he's sitting out. I'm not sure.
Yeah, he's not playing against who are they playing?
The Clippers. I know Paul George is out, but
Kawhi Leonard's not playing either.
Oh, really? They're both out. Oh, it might have a shot.
You need it because you guys are on a work.
But you watch the offense with Jared Allen, and it just flows so much better. I mean, you could see he's a much better fit. So I'm not sure what they'll be able to get for Drummond at this point, but hopefully they can find a move here.
A second.
Yeah, I mean,
probably
just gonna pretty much take it just to move his contract at this point.
Has to, like,
just to get Allen in the starting lineup, and looks like Kevin Love might actually return here shortly.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah, for a week until he gets hurt again.
Or traded.
Yeah, I think they're gonna try to move him, so it's probably in his best interest to come back and play hard and put on numbers.
Yeah. I don't see the Cavs picking up anything for Drummond or Love. They're just gonna have to.
Yeah, it's pretty.
And they're probably have to eat most of their contracts too. Like, probably part of the trade deal, you pay.
Well, they'll have to take back some bad contracts to make it balance out, I'm sure. But
Cavs are just
gotta move.
They overplayed their hand earlier. I really do think so. I think they.
It hurts too. Is Kevin Porter's played 2 G League games with the Rockets and has looked great. Yeah, he's going to blossom into a star there, but I get why they did it. I mean, they did all they could for him, and he just wasn't listening to him. Was pretty much tuning out the front office and the kind of plan they had laid out for him. But I know Houston has John Lucas, who's good at working with troubled young guys, so they're hoping they can get him straightened out. Dude's got all the talent in the world. It sucks that you're probably gonna watch him do it elsewhere. And
that's usually how it happens, though. So
yeah, usually.
You see, Kyrie Irving told Hardy, like, "You're the point guard, I'm the shooting guard."
Yeah.
Do you see that?
Yeah.
I was like, "Don't you guys play like? Isn't that like the opposite of the positions you actually play?"
Right.
I was like, all right, Kyrie, whatever.
Yeah, it remains to be seen if that's going to work. And they had a nice win last night in Golden State, but
they beat Golden State.
Yeah, they blew them out of it. It's like 20-some points.
Oh yeah.
We'll see. I mean, they have those 3 and not much else. So I know they were one of the. I know they're one of the teams hoping we buy out Drummond so they can sign him, but I know
Golden State.
No, Nets.
Yeah, I want to see Nets. I think Drummond would be good in. We were talking about this bowling like 2 weeks ago, but Dallas. Yeah. I think he'd fit well there.
Yeah.
Form a somewhat big 3 or 2.5 with Doncic, Porzingis, and Drummond would be.
I saw some crazy trade rumor about a week ago with Love and Drummond going to Dallas for Porzingis, and then some like contract fillers.
That's not too crazy.
No, it was. I mean, it was a big deal.
Porzingis hasn't been playing like anything special.
No, since he got hurt.
And I think Porzingis is younger than Love, and so we take on a bunch of contracts to free up cap space for them.
Yeah,
they get Drummond, who's probably a top 6 center in the league.
Yeah. Oh, easily.
When he's
playing, when he's motivated, yeah.
Top 6 center in the league, and then you get a senior guy in Kevin Love that can still shoot the ball.
Right.
Maybe a year and a half left on him before he retires or something. And
of course, they've got Doncic, who's just ridiculous.
Yeah, that dude's a stud.
Like modern day Magic Johnson.
Yeah, but a little bit of Kobe sprinkle on top.
Yeah, he's good. He's good. There's no doubt about it.
He can finish too. Like unlike Kobe and Michael, like he has that. He can get there and score, and he has pretty good vision too on the court.
Yeah, he does.
So I mean, the newest Ball brother is not playing too bad.
No, he's getting better. He's getting better.
He's leading all rookies in like 4 or 5 categories.
Yeah.
So I was like, Jesus. So Lonzo's going to have some competition with the Ball name in the NBA.
Yeah, Michael Jordan's finally putting a squad together because they've been pretty awful under his ownership to this point.
Well, hasn't he just been picking up like draft capital and just buying his time? It's like he knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
right.
He has a plan that nobody knew about. It's finally coming together.
Right.
So, but.
All right. You got anything else?
I'm not really. I mean, it's kind of Ohio State playing like lights out now.
Yeah, they blew
lights out
Indiana.
Michigan came back and beat Wisconsin after a 3-week hiatus.
That's the next,
which is funny.
Game.
So before Villanova lost to Creighton, and they didn't just lose; they got beat.
Yeah.
You see that score?
No, I knew heard it was a blowout, but I didn't see what the final was.
Yeah, it was pretty. It was yesterday, wasn't it?
But the Ohio State's got the big showdown coming up with Michigan. They're ranked what?
Yeah,
third?
86 to 70 over Villanova, and they were ranked number 2, weren't they? No, I thought they were ranked 2 or 3. Anyways,
my phone.
They have their number. They're number 5 now, and they're number 2 in the conference. Ohio State's number 1. Which Ohio State's a 1 seed scares me because I just don't want the pressure.
Yeah, you look at the schedule. They're at Penn State Thursday, and then the 21st at home against number 3 Michigan.
Yeah, and then you play number 15 Iowa. I mean,
yeah, Michigan State, and then Iowa, and then
number 6. That last Iowa game we played them was
Illinois too to end the regular season. They're ranked 6th. So yeah, they have a tough schedule to finish it out. So we'll see what they're made of.
Yeah, I mean, and if they end up beating Michigan, Iowa, and Illinois, all those top 15 teams,
they could be number 1.
I don't know what's it called.
I couldn't even tell you who's number 1 right now.
Gonzaga.
It's such a weird year because
Gonzaga's 20-0, dude, and Gonzaga.
You might see Kentucky, North Carolina, and Duke all out of the NCAA tournament this year.
Right, all those blue bloods, it's not like
it's such a weird year.
And Alabama being ranked and looking all like it's football.
That could make it fun though.
Oh yeah. What's it called? The Leona or who's that? Loyola Chicago is ranked number 22.
Are they really?
They're ranked. Yeah, they're literally ranked.
I haven't looked at the rankings and I don't know how long.
Yeah, I'm just trying to not put too much into this Ohio State. I just want them to do their thing. I don't want to be too invested right now. Because I don't want to be disappointed. Because I think they could go far. This team is This team isn't this team is built for a long haul. Like they're built for a full game, from buzzer to buzzer,
They're deep.
Yeah, and they're feisty. They have tenacity. They don't quit. I mean,
I love EJ Liddell. That kid's a stud.
They are not good on the perimeter though. We watched Iowa. Yeah. Oh my God, that Iowa team just dropping threes. I thought I was watching Golden State. I was like, what's going on here?
Yeah.
But see, we ended up getting back to our game plan, beat them down low. You have to run that 3-2 defense against them because you have 3 up top, 2 in the paint. Keep that those open threes out of the. That's what happened. And Iowa was so fluid at moving the ball, so fluid. They just always had a guy open in the corner, and they was just splashing them. It's like there's a guy there.
Yep.
He's been there all game. Well, somebody take him out.
Well, that's their game. Throw it to the big man and collapse the defense. Kick it out to the shooters.
Yeah, we shut down that big man. Like he didn't do. He had an okay night, but he didn't have a night that he normally has. We put him in check for most part.
Yeah, for not having a 7-footer out there, they did a pretty good job defending him.
Yeah. So. All right. Well.
Yeah, I think that's it for this week.
Yeah.
Nice to be back, and it's nice that we've got the Zoom video now. So when we bring in guests, we can actually have them on video instead of having them call in. So that'll be cool. We'll start trying to get some guests lined up here.
Yeah.
I was thinking maybe we'll see if Felix Wright wants to come back on as we get closer to NFL season. Get him back on again.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get some guests lined up. So it's not just us two boring you guys every week.
We should try to get Chris Antonetti. So we can ask him why the fuck he excuse my French language, why he's an idiot.
Well, it's not really him, it's his
I blame him because
it's his boss not giving him money to do his job.
Well, we can't get Dolan on there because he's about to die. So I mean,
yeah, right.
Everybody says sell the team to somebody that's going to spend money. Yeah, you could do that.
Well, the problem is that they may move the team out of Cleveland. So.
Thank you. They don't have Lily to Cleveland like the Dolans do.
Right.
So
you got to find somebody who's invested in keeping him in Cleveland if you're going to do
Drew
that.
Carey.
There we go.
Drew Carey, LeBron James, and
Bernie
Kosar all put your money together and buy the Indians.
I actually, I think LeBron will end up buying the Cavs once he retires.
I don't think so. I don't think Gilbert will sell it.
I think he will. Yeah, after that stroke, I don't think he's gonna hang on to him much longer. He's not. He can't even go to games right now. He's so
his little kid's gonna run the franchise.
He's got his own health issues.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see.
We'll see.
All right, that's it for this week. You guys have a good week, and we will see you again next week.
'Cause it's gonna go.